I'm having a hard time with everything entertainment wise that I used to really value. I'm wearing a Rodney Dangerfield shirt. You think, oh, there's nothing wrong with Rodney, right? Good old Rodney. I should know better. I'm going to be honest. I'm in a room full of just entertainment stuff. I mean, besides, I have my guitars, I have the sports cards, there's athletes. I got the Stones, Van Halen, the usual stuff I say all the time. Bo Jackson, Larry Bird, right? Let's see what else we got here. Stones again. These people are not good people, man. I don't know how else to say it. You can't run and hide from like the truth and what the truth is. And some people say, well, what's the truth, Jay? What do you mean the truth? The truth is these people on our TV sets and on our radios are absolute ghouls. They really are. And there's no other way to say it. And I hear a lot of people saying, and I said the same thing, like everything that we loved and we thought was good is crumbling, and falling away, whether it's basketball, music's unlistenable. I don't care who you are out there. It's if you love music, it's unlistenable. There's nothing really. Is there music out there that's great? Yes, but they're not putting it on the mainstream. You got to dig. So everything sucks. Movies are all remakes. We know all this stuff. But it turns out, I don't know why I'm yelling. It turns out it was never pure to begin with. It was never what we thought it was. It just wasn't. Hollywood, we know that that's the worst place on earth, definitely for your kids, but it's nowhere you want to be. That place is setting on fire every other second. Who would ever want to live there? Like these ghouls have ruined, and they're taking every last cent and squeezing it out of anything that's got any kind of value or nostalgia. That's why I get back to the nostalgia thing, and that's how they get us. Is they get us with all these, well, we got to go to the game. It's every year we go. We got to go to the parade. We got to go and do this. I have a hard time, and I'm sure I'm not alone. I would imagine a lot of the people, the few, I don't know how to say this, but if you're watching my channel, you probably feel like I do. Like I can't say certain things. I can't say probably 60% of what I want to say when I'm with my family or with my mom. She can't handle it, and I don't blame her. But it's so hard to explain every 10 seconds, justifying my actions, which in my opinion and many others, they're inherently just like not wanting to go to church for Easter. How do I tell my mom, who's been going to a Catholic church since for 76 years, that the Bible's misinterpreted and it doesn't mean that? It's not a story, it's not a nursery rhyme, it's not a Disney story. There weren't really two of every animal on this boat. I mean, 40 seconds, a place would be full of shit. There's no windows. These things are, they're supposed to be stories and not metaphors. They're supposed to be like parables. You're supposed to learn from these stories and supposed to decipher what the story's about. Like the Three Little Bears. Yeah, it's a cute little story, but there's lessons in there. Don't go squatting in someone's house. Don't take shit that ain't yours. Don't get too familiar because a bear might kill you. Man, let me get some coffee. So I get frustrated. Now, today, if I look a little upset, today's the anniversary of my dad passing. I forget if it's 5 or 6 years ago. It's really something it was rough. It was during COVID. He passed because of, I don't want to say, the jab. He died from not having the jab, but it was before he could even get a jab. So I'm real reflective today. And I'm thinking, God, I always look to my dad and I think to myself, he would have struggled so much less, and people in his generation, if they weren't spun around with a blindfold on and just sent out in the world like it's a damn pin the tail on the donkey. That's how we are literally raised, all joking aside. And I love doing this YouTube stuff, but I got to be real on here. Like this isn't about me. Like there's some serious, like I'm looking for interaction. I love when I get paragraphs to read in my videos, because in those paragraphs I get to really see what what real people are feeling, what we're really thinking. And then I think of things that it's great. I think of things I haven't thought about, or I see a perspective I haven't. I just love seeing the different perspectives out there. And even Rodney, last week, and some people would say, well, you can't just believe everything you hear. One kid just said something on Conan O'Brien, and now you're No, it's the culmination of things. And when you get to a certain age and you realize and you've been playing this game long enough, you connect dots. And some people would say, well, you're connecting dots that aren't there. I strongly disagree. And I would rather put my own faith in my own self and discernment and decision making than just blindly worship all these people. I love Rodney. That's why I got the damn shirt. But I feel scummy wearing this, knowing that this guy used to walk on set with a robe with no underwear on, and everyone's just like, "Oh, it's just Rodney. Oh yeah, he's a little weird." No, it's not just a little weird. If he's just a movie star and he's on his trailer and he's acting a little goofy, that's one thing. But when he's walking around children and on the set of Ladybugs with his balls hanging out, that's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. I can't back these things. In fact, I've been looking around. I feel like I almost want to maybe make a series of it. Maybe I'll just do it and be quiet about it and just shut up about it because I have a hard time looking on this wall now. Because there's a slim, small, narrow line between respect and worshiping and adoration, calling people idols. I used to too. We do these things so loosely, they're so throwaway, but these things do hold water. And it's crazy because I look back when I was a kid, I used to laugh at all these adults around me, with the rock and roll. Oh, it's devil music. This and I used to be like, get the fuck. They see you can't. That's the problem. You can't talk to anyone if they don't want to hear it. You can't help anyone if they don't want help, and especially young people. I was young and full of fire. I wanted to play in Ozzy's band. I wanted to be a rock star and all this stuff. You're not going to tell me. You're not going to tell a kid that age, oh yeah, this is all devil music. And okay, I guess you're right. I'm gonna get a suit and tie job now and put the guitar in the closet. Like no way. But they did try to help, and I look back, and that's why I don't force this on anyone. This is a come if you feel like a type of thing. That's what YouTube is. You could easily click off or hit do not recommend or whatever. So I'm hoping that some people hear this, and I know that I'm going to get some people that feel exactly like me. I'm getting hot just thinking about all this stuff. Maybe it's the Stones. Maybe I'm getting hot from the Stones jacket here, burning up like the gates of hell. But these people, Hollywood is evil. All these things on our everything's manipulative. That's how they get. That's how they get all of us to do everything. That's how they get people to run to Hollywood to be a movie star. They get to pick the most talented ones out of the group. No one's going to speak up. No one's going to come out. And actually, some people do speak up, but you got to dig for it on the internet. They're never going to show you that on network TV. And if they do, it's someone's paying a price. They're trying to get someone in trouble who's a celebrity that they know that in 2 weeks it'll be forgotten about. This is one big game. And I feel like we've wasted way too much time on this game and not enough time on ourselves. And that's what I see when I look out. I see overweight people. I see miserable people. I see depressed people that don't need to be that way. And that's what kills me. All that time we spend binge watching on Netflix and sitting there and eating, we could be doing something really great, like amazing, that would blow you away and life changing. But then there's always the excuses. They make it so comfortable, and it is. It's all about this entertainment bubble, and I can't believe. That's why I knew this morning I was going to. I was thinking to myself, I haven't seen the NBA on ESPN guys in a while because I think they're funny. I've been watching them since I was 10 years old, 1989. I've been watching. Well, they weren't all on there, but I've been watching that show since '89. So I figure I'm going to go on and see what Barkley says about the 83 points Bam Adebayo hit. That was it's just disgusting. I watched that game. I skimmed through and watched the end. It was disgusting how they gave him that 83. And even Pat Riley's backing it. One of the most pure basketball guys ever. I would think he would speak up and say, I don't love it. Well, he loves it apparently. You can just cheat and do whatever you want and be a scumbag and manipulate the game because these things were never sacred. I had to remind myself it's just basketball. It's just a business. It's sports entertainment. They don't owe us anything. Like no one's going to jail. No one's being investigated. For what? Same thing with this stupid list. People with this list, you don't need a list to know that this is a game they're dangling in front of you. What you? It's like everyone's waiting. I want to see my celebrity. If he's on there, then he's like they're still scumbags. Just because they're on the list or not, that doesn't mean nothing. You can't figure out that Tom Hanks is a scumbag. Name your favorite person. Name anyone. They're a piece of shit. That Will Smith slap with Chris Rock that was staged. These things, they know that you're waiting and watching for the next event. And then you can't wait to talk about it because you have nothing going. They've made it so they stripped away any event in your life, any kind of excitement in your own life. You're waiting for albums to be released and movies and waiting for Chappelle to come to town. You're waiting for any kind of savior to make you forget. And I'm not knocking. It breaks my heart because I was in the same boat until one day I had it and I said, you know what? I'm sick of this. I'm sick of going around this merry-go-round. I'm sick of being fat. I'm sick of being uninspired. I'm sick of being a drunk. I'm sick of having an attitude and always being angry about everything. But what's crazy is once you start to work on these things and you ignore the TV, and I know I'm being a hypocrite, you ignore all the stuff you're seeing behind me. You know, I guess maybe I have some balance, but you know what? Maybe I got some more work to do. I'm being honest. Maybe I need to rip all this stuff off the walls and just not give people this credit. You know, I don't know. I'm having a hard time with it, but I can see these patterns, and I know I'm not the only one. You know, you want to talk about pattern recognition? There's more than just one person that has great pattern recognition. We all have it in here. You got to cultivate these things and bring them out. They're there. The body, this mind is amazing, but too much of us are there wasting it. And once you start watering that garden, you'll be shocked. So, what's the point today? Perspective. Have some perspective and realize that this isn't hell on earth. It doesn't have to be this awful experience. I know it looks like it, and I know it's really tricky these days, but don't let them. This is it. Like, this is your one run. Don't let them ruin your one run. I don't think there's anything after this. That's just me personally, but I have a feeling heaven is here on earth if you make it that way. So don't waste your time with these ghouls. Do something great for yourself. Have some perspective and be picky. Don't be afraid to change things and eliminate things. I don't know if I could wear this shirt anymore. I don't know if I could wear any shirt because I know. I don't need to see every detail. I know what's going on. All right. Take care. Be good to yourself. Turn the TV off. Let's see, we got check 1, 2. We want this light on my face for dramatic effect. Check 2. We got the red light back there for dramatic effect as well. Check 2, Bo Jackson. Check 2. Yeah, we're going to talk about everything that has gone to shit, which never really was. It always was shit. Turns out. All right. At least I'm off. What was I saying before in the videos? And the joke's on. Check 1, 2, and the joke's on. It's so dumb. I don't know why I keep saying it. We need a new one. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2, and Dangerfield is a pedo too.